developed 4 local products: Savo, e-checker, Dronza, and Zero in the Nigeria market. The most prominent is e-checker, a smart energy metering solution. He is also the vice chair of Institute of Workplace Management, United Kingdom, Nigeria region, formerly British Institute of Facility Management, a professional body for facility management with over 17,000 members around the world. He is the current IFMA FMCC Regional Director representing the Sub-Saharan Africa. He is a member of International Technical Committee, TC/267, on the ISO 4100-2018 in facility management representing Nigeria at the global level. Director of Membership and Professional Development of Association of Facility Management Practitioners of Nigeria, AFMPN, and currently lecturers the facility management master student at the Faculty of Environmental Science, University of Lagos. Engineer Olumide graduated with Bachelor of Technology, Mechanical Engineering from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and went on to attain a Master of Facility Management at the University of Lagos, and then a Master of Project Management at the University of Roehampton, United Kingdom. He added to his knowledge through an advanced management development program at Regency Business School, Sandton City, Johannesburg, South Africa. He is a current undergoing his doctorate degree in facility management at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He is a proactive, adaptable, and conscientious registered mechanical engineer with 12 years of experience in engineering and facility management. He is a current registered engineer and a member of several professional bodies such as Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institute of Management, International Facility Management Association, US, Institute of Workplace and Facility Management, United Kingdom, Green Roof Association, Australia, United States Green Building Council, and International Institute of Mechanical Engineers, IMechE, United Kingdom. Personal award received. Winner of African Prize of Leadership Excellence Award in 2018, Facility Management Personality Leadership Prize Award, Doctor of Art in Facility Management and Economic Development by European American University, Commonwealth of Dominican 2018. Fellowship Award by the Institute of Management Consultants, United Kingdom in 2018. Nigerian Top Executives in Security and Facility Services Industry in 2015. National Outstanding Award by National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS, in 2018 in recognition of his dexterous leadership acumen in passionate and outstanding contributions to the development of Nigerian economy via facility management. Top 100 Most Proactive Result-Driven CEO in 2020 award by the Guardian newspaper. Kabi Awards 2021 Entrepreneur of the Year. Cropit Award received. International Standard Leadership Award, the most trusted real estate company in 2018. Mere Markets 2020, Best Facility Management Company in Nigeria. Heroes of Facility Management Award in Inside Business for the innovative and result-oriented facility management company in Nigeria. AfriSafe Merit Award in 2020 for the most safety-conscious company in 2020. Permit me to introduce to you Engineer Olumide, who is the guest lecturer of today, the CEO and the MD, Green Facility Limited. You are welcome for your lecture. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, graduates. I would like to stand on the existing protocol by first appreciating the Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university, Professor Labode Pupola. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity to be here. And I also like to appreciate my president, the president of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigeria, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, FNSE, and also appreciate the vice president, Engineer Adeunira Ibitori Kilomodimo, FNSE, and also the chairman, NSC Ushugo branch, who just elucidates part of my presentation today, as well as the Vice Chancellor. I don't know if the Vice Chancellor has seen my presentation before coming here today, because it will save us a lot of time, as he has captured more than half of my presentation. Engineer Wale Emmanuel Alonge, thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. And also the Acting Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Osun State University, Engineer Dr. Simon Olayiwola Aderemi Olawale. Thank you very much for the opportunity to have me here today. Today is not really about the parents that have come to celebrate with their children, but it's also about them, because today is one of their joyous days to see their investment, to see the end result of their investment, because they've invested a lot in these young engineers. But it is also not about the university for what they have, invested in these young engineers. But we cannot also take that away from what they've done. They've really done so much. They've scattered the seed. They've tried to build them for the real life outside there. So we cannot also take that away from them, the glory. Today is also their day. Their deans, their faculties, their lecturers, their mentors, here and there. But it's about them today. So I'll be focusing more on them today. I've seen that today also is an award day whereby some of the best students, graduate students, will receive several awards. I don't want you guys to get carried away with the awards, because what you're about to face outside the walls of the university is totally different from the university. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but that's the reality. And what the VC has said, don't get scared about the bad things, in quotes, you hear about the country of challenges. Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is not the only bad country in the world. We have several countries that are terrible than Nigeria. Unfortunately, we are in Nigeria. Someone like me have just one citizenship. But for those that have dual citizenship can decide to leave, we don't have any choice than to stay here to make sure that we add value to this country. Today, I would like to take us through a very, very important subject. I see it as something fundamental to our existence as human beings and also as engineers. We've been taught a lot of things in school. I read mechanical engineering too. So we've been taught the Laplace transform, the Fourier series, the Cramer's rule, the YDX. Some of you were looking at yourself that, it wasn't easy. I know. Those things were not making sense. We were taught heat engines. I've never seen any heat engine before in my life, even till now. But our lecturers were able to give us that picture, the pictorial view of what heat engines are. They tried. It's not their fault at all. It's because of the system they have met. So the government is not really investing in education these days. I don't know why. But we have to make a difference. And that's why we are here today, to make a difference. And that's why we are going into the real world to make a difference. Today we'll be talking about sustainable engineering, a strategy to a better future. Engineering is so fundamental, and we pick up all our data all our information from the sciences. No, science is about searching, finding information. So all scientists, they've given us everything that we need. So we don't really need to invent the wheel again. So engineering explores sciences. It applies. And engineering is about applications from the science world, from the information that we gather from the science world. So today, sustainable engineering is about designing something that works, operating it in such a manner that you enjoying the benefit today does not deprive the generation yet unborn to enjoy, to have access to the resources we are benefiting today. So it's about doing something that lasts long. For example, you design a machine that doesn't have protection. Maybe the rotating parts are not well protected. It is not sustainable because the safety factor has not been considered. So it is dangerous, so your equipment or your invention cannot pass the test of quality control, quality assurance. So we cannot commercialize your solution and send it out to the public. Okay, so we say it is not sustainable. And so sustainable engineering influenced me so much that I had to pursue a profession that enables me to know almost everything, and that's facilities management. We'll get there later on. But I just want to develop a background for you so that you'll be able to understand how important your roles are as an electrical engineer, as a chemical engineer, as a food engineer, as a civil engineer, as a mechanical engineer. We are so much important. And I want to congratulate you that you have chosen this line of profession. Please, can you clap for yourself? You know, when I was growing up, I was given admission at University of Ibadan to study chemistry. And I said no, until I study what my heart desires, I will stay at home. So I enrolled myself without my father knowing at the mechanic workshop because I love automobile a lot. I'm surprised I'm not even doing automobile engineering. I'm really surprised because I love automobile a lot. So I was always removing spark plugs, cleaning it, you know, whenever all the four pistons are not firing properly. So I knew all those things, the electrical parts, they were interesting to me. You know, I love playing with my hands, fixing things. And I got to start this program, mechanical engineering. Initially, it was a little bit strange to me because of some of these things they are talking about that I cannot really feel or touch. It's about calculations. I did a course in 400 level, it's called vibration. I never saw any machine, you know, any equipment that will really give me realities about vibration. Yet, I got a B by cramming. You know how it works. Cramming and try to, you know, get understanding of some of these things. But the real life, the real world you are facing, cramming is not going to solve that problem for you. It's your ability to apply those things that you've been taught. Ability to take some stepwise actions for you to achieve that. Moving forward, our role in engineering in terms of sustainability is to influence the economy. You know, I was talking to myself while driving down from Lagos today that most of the challenges we have in the academic world is our inability to form an alliance with the town and the gown. Our lecturers are the gown. We that are working in the real world are the town. That handshake, that relationship. So your solutions, your ideas should be commercialized to solve problems for us. So at that merging point is where we usually have challenges in the real world, providing sustainable solutions. And at the end of the day, it brings value to both parties. Our lecturers, they are researching, they are spending hours, years, finding solutions, solving problems for us. And we're also paying them back as a reward for what they've done. So your solution, your idea is supposed to affect our economy positively. That's number one. And it also optimizes the economy What do I mean by optimize the economy is that it balances the supply chain. It balances the demand curve. You know, for economy, there must be demand and supply, and there must be a balance. If there's no balance, there'll be a problem. If demand is more than supply, it's a problem. If supply is more than demand, it's a problem. So that's why we have leaders, the senators, the president, the vice president, all working assiduously to ensure that there's a balanced economy. And the result of the economy is our GDP. Whatever our GDP says, you say how healthy our economy is. And that's why I said Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Not because of our numeracy, but because of our GDP and our potentials, what we can do, what we can offer that makes us the giant of Africa. Okay? Secondly, our environment. You know, in my car, it is a sin for you to just throw things out of the window. Because if you do that, I'll park, and reverse, and tell you to go and pick that stuff outside. If you don't do it, you will not enter my car again. People think that I'm crazy. It's not about being crazy. It's about trying to differentiate oneself and practice what we preach. Our environment is dying, and that's the reality. If you go out, you see a lot of PET bottles blocking the drainage system, the pure water nylon bags just scattered all around. Nobody is doing much about it. The government is trying. The National Orientation Agency, they are trying to engage us, to teach us on the importance of waste management. But because we are who we are, we do not yield to most of those advice. And at the end of the day, we complain the government is not doing, the roads are bad. Because once the drainages are blocked, water is supposed to be flowing through the drainage, gets back to the road and wears the road materials, the concrete, the tar and everything, and you'll be having bumps, which leads to accident, damage of your vehicle. In fact, by the time I get back to Lagos, I have to fix a lot of things in my car because I've been hearing some noise that I've never heard before because of the bad roads. So, developing sustainable solutions, sustainable engineering is to the economy, to our life, to our environment. It makes everything better. And also, to ensure that we manage our natural resources that are very, very scarce. You get to some areas in this country, especially in the northern areas, you don't find water again. In fact, one of the issues that somebody wrote, a lady wrote an article, a research work, and justified that the fundamental reasons why we have Boko Haram today in this country is because of the Lake Chad water, the precipitation of the Lake Chad water. That assuming there's still enough water there, people will be engaged in fishing, in farming, and in doing a lot of businesses. But because the level of water is dried, so therefore there's no job for our brothers in the north. And some of unscrupulous elements have taken advantage of that to engage them because there's a saying that, and I do mine, is the devil's workshop. So if you have nothing doing, bad thoughts will flow into your heart, will flow into your mind, and whatever you find available, that's what you engage in doing. So to let you know that sustainability is a global issue, it's a topical issue, not just because we are here today. It is a global issue, and if we do not deal with it at the early stage, we'll find ourselves to blame. It can cause war, it's already causing civil issues in the country because our dear brothers in the north are less busy. Rather, what they think they can use to engage in themselves is to kill, to maim, to destroy properties, to bring other people down. And we have, as engineers, we have a role to play to stop that. We have a role to play to influence our environment positively. Now, sustainability started basically in 1993 when the UN president tasked the Prime Minister of Norway about our natural resources, that what can we do about it? How can we ensure that we manage our scarce natural resources properly? So the research started, and they started investigating, carrying out, interview, deepening the knowledge to find out what can be done. And that's how the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 of it, came to be. And I personally tapped into it, which enabled me to start my business, Green Facilities Limited, because my focus is to do facilities management in a sustainable manner. My business is about managing buildings. Okay, so coming here, driving down from the main gate around, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen the 17 goals at the center of the road. And I said, this is really nice. This is communicating sustainability to people, to visitors, to the students, to remind them of their responsibilities. And I really love that initiative. It is fantastic. You guys are really doing well, trying to remind us of the roles that we need to play. So sustainability is at the heart of everything. And it's supposed to be at the heart of, from our homes. Now, nobody even needs to teach us because the economy is really, we are in a really bad shape. And that's the reality. So if we don't manage our resources very well, we will all lose. And we have nothing to give to our children's children. Permit me to say, the Holy Book says, a good father leaves inheritance for his children's children. So if we not practice sustainability, there's little or nothing we'll be able to leave for our children's children. At the end of the day, they will look back and they will blame us and say, Daddy, what inheritance have you given to me? So the inheritance is not just about physical resources alone. It's also about knowledge. Okay? So these things are fundamental, and I want us to take it serious. As young engineers, I know you've done a lot of things. You've designed your project. It has been approved. You've graduated. And I hope it's not just going to sit there and gather dust for many years to come. In my undergraduate days, I designed, fabricated, and tested a bone milling machine. That was my final year project in Lautech, a bone milling machine. And why did I pick bone milling machine? Because I wanted to use bone to make shoe, what's it called? The sole of a shoe, for ceramic, for spoons, for so many things, for key holders. How I can take the natural resources that are available and transform it to something useful and also commercialize it. So I've had that idea. I didn't know much about sustainability there, but because of the things that came to mind and the kind of people I flew with at that particular time enabled me to pick up that project. I don't know if you know of Professor E.B. Lucas. He was my supervisor during that time. You may not know him, but I know some of your lecturers will know Professor E.B. Lucas. Baba Lucas. The VC will know Baba Lucas very well. He was my project supervisor. And when I told him, he said, why are you picking this topic? And I explained to him, he said, wow, this is fantastic. And you have to work. So almost every weekend I was going to Ibadan because he was lecturing in our Greek engineering then, to see him, to also work with him and do some other things. So it is important at this stage that you understand that you don't allow your final year project to just gather dust and leave it like that. Because I picked it up. I picked up my final year project and did so many things. I invented so many things from my final year project with the guidance of mentors and some brothers that are involved in the engineering industry. So do not think you have scaled the hurdle. You just started. When this competition, who wants to be a millionaire? They say your time starts now. Your time just started now. Your time just started now. So if you think you just go out there and start sending applications, you get a job, you work for 3 years, you get married, you have kids, you change your job, you travel outside the country. I know probably that's the cycle that you have. It may not be like that. You may not even need to seek for any job. I only worked for how many years? Let me say, give or take, I worked for 7 years, 6, 7 years before I started my business. Because me, I'm a restless person. I want to do everything. So you may not be like me. I want to do everything. Any idea that comes to my mind, I want to practice. I read the book many years ago by Dr. Robert Schuller. Tough time never lasts, but tough people do. He says 2,000 ideas, both good and evil, flows laminarly in our hearts every day, in our minds, every day, that we should pick the good ones and shy away from the bad ones. So once you have an idea, capture it, write it down in your book. You have the Google Drive now. Google Drive, you can save your documents there. During our own time, there was nothing like Google Drive. It was Yahoo Messenger, Yahoo Mail. So you have every opportunity. None of you here have any reason not to succeed as an engineer, because you have all the resources available for you. All you just need is someone to guide you, steps to take, the approach, and you will succeed. That you not go through some challenges, you will. Financial challenges, they are ready, they are waiting for you. You understand? Ability to take decisions at the right time, they are waiting for you. Those are some of the challenges you're going to face. Moving forward, there are 3 pillars of sustainability, and they are the environment, the society, and the economy. I've explained about the environment. The environment is key. Like the VC said, when I said he has peeped into or God has given him an insight into what will be discussed today, or he has expert judgment in sustainability, or he reads a lot. Because he's an academician, I'm sure he will read a lot. He will know almost everything. You understand? At his beck and call. The environment is fundamental. I drove around today and I saw that you've planted a lot of trees. Why do you do that? What do we give out when we breathe out? We give CO2, right? What does what does the plants need for their own processes of photosynthesis? CO2. You see the way God has balanced it. God tried to balance it. So what will enable us? They also give out what? They give out oxygen. You understand? We get oxygen from the atmosphere. We get oxygen, and they need our own CO2. So if we plant more trees around us, we get fresh oxygen, fresh. It enables us. It also brings in cool air to our environment. The architects that are environmental stewards will be able to explain this better. So when you have people design building, they look at the position of the sun, you understand, before they design the building, because they want to maximize the energy that will be needed to cool this place. Interesting enough, my design that made me to be a registered engineer was a design of a church, 2,000 seater, to calculate the cooling load of a church. You understand? And in that church, they had all these 10 unit multi-V cooling system. But the AC does not get to the middle. People at the middle row, they are always feeling hot. And people close to the AC are always getting so cold. And because there was a fundamental issue with the design. The throw was coming from the sides. It was not coming from up. So I had to advise in terms of redesigning to use that the throw should be coming from up so that everybody can feel the coolness. So you see how engineering can also help to reduce a lot of, to manage better the natural resources. And we now calculate and discover that the energy demanded by those cooling systems was far, far lower to the initial one. So those guys that came to design and install, they were just businessmen. I call them businessmen because they were not real engineers. They were not sustainable engineers. All they wanted to do is just to finish the project, get some money, and move to other building and start creating problems. Because they are going to install generators, and the generators are going to be big ones. And what is going to come out? What's the product that is going to come out from the generator? Carbon monoxide, which is going to affect the environment negatively, because you are going to burn more fossil fuels. Your diesel, your petrol, you are going to change the oil. How do you dispose of the oil from the generator? Where are you going to put it? Are you going to reuse it? Do you have the knowledge to even reuse the oil for some other things? So these are fundamental things. You see the way the balance is. We need to balance the environment. So as engineers, I'm taxing us today. You have the capacity to think. Albert Einstein said, tax your brain. It will sweat, but will yield the result. So most of you are not married. You don't have kids that are taken care of. You still have enough time, enough space within your system to be able to utilize and bring up something wonderful for the environment. Now, sustainability is important because it helps improve our quality of life. It integrates technical and non-technical issues. It tries to solve problems and enables a better future for us. And it's also consider the global context. Without sustainability in mind, we have no future. None of us will be here. The depletion of the ozone layer, it's getting terrible by the day. Sunburn, sun waves here and there. Landslides. The last one that happened in Haiti, that's the second one probably in the last 10, 15 years. And it's not going to stop. It might happen again when we continue not to follow the principles to take care of our environment. We have no future. So sustainable engineering is the strategy. And strategy is a unique approach, something unique after you have done your appraisal assessment to find out the root cause of a problem. You now integrate a solution to solve it. I'll tell you a brief story as I close about Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great took over from his father when he was in 1920. You understand? In Macedonia, in Greek then. And he had in his mind that he wanted to conquer the world. And he conquered almost the world until he was 30 before he was poisoned. The way he defeated the Persian king, few of his soldiers, highly trained, highly skillful, defeated the Persian king that always have about 10,000 soldiers around him. It was a strategy. Not just because, Alexander the Great that had few men defeated a king that has high number of able men, so-called able men. So it's not just about numbers. It's not just about the knowledge alone, but your ability to apply the knowledge that gives you a good strategy. Because you came out with first class, it's not certain that you'll be the one to solve our climate change problems. Doesn't mean. If you fail to apply the knowledge you have gained all these 4 or 5 years, you won't solve the problem. I wasn't the best in my class. I didn't come out with the first class in my school. But I can tell you that with the help of God, I've designed solutions, products that has helped solve a lot of problems in the industry. And I have reward for it, financial reward, international recognitions, more opportunities. So I'm challenging you today. Do not feel too comfortable. Oh, I came out with the first class. First class, we got just give you access, maybe quick access to some people, to some locations. But if you fail to apply, you will not get the desired result. Now, the sustainable goals, there are 17. The VC had, in his magnanimity mentioned almost all. And he said about 10 of it, we are involved as engineers in about 10 of it. For my business, it's about developing sustainable communities and cities. And how do I do that? I'm doing that with the integration of solutions, smart solutions. About 3-4 years ago, we were franchising some smart meters from the UK, South Africa, and the US. But we decided that we want to have our own. So we designed our own smart solutions that is helping us to measure. Because there's a saying that what cannot be measured cannot be managed. So if you want to solve a problem, you have not done any appraisals, any scientific appraisal, any measurement, it's very difficult for you to manage because you have no data, no information to play with to give you the right information. And that really helped us. We run a paperless system in the organization because we have a product called Servo. From your phone, you make a request, you send to your manager, he approves, it goes to that person, to the procurement. You know what is inside your store. From your phone, it's an app. I'm a mechanical engineer. I didn't study computer science or computer engineering. But because of my desire for knowledge, I had to look for people that will work with me, that I can communicate my ideas to them, and they may be the real guys that will do the job, but sometimes it's my own idea. And once they apply, they get the results from my idea, and we work as a team. So it is not impossible for you to achieve anything that you want. Finally, we have a product called Xeron. It's a fuelless generator because it doesn't run on any fuel, any fossil fuel, but it runs on a back engineering system whereby your generator can be running almost perpetually. You all know the corollary of thermodynamics, that a perpetual functioning of a machine is not possible, right? So because of that, we will not be able to run the machine for so long. But at least it helps, to reduce your usage of fossil fuels and the negative impact on the environment. Finally, the building where we stay, we spend about 90% of our time, according to research from United States Green Building Council. And our building burns close to about 60% of fossil fuels. If there's no NEPA, I don't know if you have any independent power plant here, you have to run your generator, and you are burning fossil fuel, which affects the environment negatively. Okay, so taking care of the building will solve so many problems about sustainability. We'll be able to achieve most of the 17 goals of the SDG. And that's why a profession called facilities management is fundamental. It is the best profession that can solve sustainability issues in the world. Because what do? We manage everything within the building, all the building systems, the generator, the lift, the water treatment plant, the sewage treatment plant, even the people within the system, the users, we manage them according to several standards. I want to encourage you guys, in as much as I'm happy that you are graduating, and the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Shugo Brand, has deemed it fit to bring you on board at this level so that you can scale and have a track record. I just want to advise you that you look for a mentor through them, through whichever means that will work for you, so that you can be guided. Somebody guided me to where I am today. If not that they guided me, I don't think I will have found my way to the level at which I am today. So be a stooge or a mentee for someone, and do not start thinking about financial reward. Excuse me. Most of us, you want to graduate in 2021, you want to buy Jeep that year, you want to buy iPhone 13, you want to buy land, and it doesn't work like that. There are stages in life, and you have to build a solid foundation. If you do not build a solid foundation, you'll just be driving your Jeep without brakes. By the time you want to press the brake, nothing will be there, and you just go and hit the rock. So take your time. Let your foundation be deepened. Have something solid that you can work with. And I pray that as you move further in life, you'll be able to transform, you'll be able to apply, you'll be able to look back and appreciate today, opportunity to hear from the professionals, your lecturers and everybody, and you'll be able to also pass the baton to someone else and continue to race further to the finish line. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Please, let's appreciate the guest lecturer for that beautiful lecture. And I believe the inductees they've gained a lot. While I want to appreciate him for this, I also want to call on the chairman to come forward for the next on the agenda, who happens to be the oath and full welcoming to the engineering profession. I want to recognize the presence of some virtual members that they've been on Zoom. Engineer Professor Ogotala Alamu, we appreciate you. He's on Zoom live watching us and even commenting and participating as well. I want to also recognize the virtual presence of Engineer Dr. Obiemi, as well as on Zoom. I also want to recognize the presence of some inductees virtually as well. Oyebanji Dari Samuel Sukuru Atadugbenle, to mention a few. Dr. Hemos Pupola is also live on Zoom as well. Akiola Seth is also there. I also want to recognize the treasurer of Nigerian Institute of Engineers in our midst. Is here, Engineer Ayodeji Odeyemi. The General Secretary is also here, Engineer Debola Desoji. You are also welcome as well. And I also want to welcome Engineer Mrs. Adeola Olufela. That's the chapter chairman, Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria. You are welcome. I also want to welcome one of our header in our branch, Engineer Zebulon Mishiemi, Engineer Mrs. Simiat from Works, and all the Ministry of Works. We also appreciate you. Engineer Dr. from Agric, we also recognize you. Onifade, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Onifade, we also recognize your presence. And I want to call on the chairman to come over, while I will encourage all the inductees to file out for the next thing on the agenda.
Please come out and face the audience. I believe you all have a copy of the oath with you. On behalf of my president, the chairman of this occasion, Engineer Baba Gana Mohammed, FNSC, I want you to read after me, and you fix appropriately your name where it requires. This is the oath of graduate membership. My dear friends, a new graduate member of Nigerian Society of Engineers, please listen attentively and appropriately. Have you come today for this induction on your own free will and accord? Are you willing and ready to administer with the oath of induction of the society and be formally admitted as graduate members? Do you, having become a graduate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, solemnly swear that you will defend and uphold at all times the memorandum and article of association of the society and accept as binding all decisions of the Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers on all matter dealt with by accordance with the provision and of the said memorandum and article of association of the society? Do you promise to undertake and promote the object of the society at all times? Do you promise to conduct yourself always on all engineering matter in accordance with the society laid down code of ethics and conduct? Do you promise to look after the interest and welfare of your fellow engineers and members of the society? Do you promise not to query or take legal or embarrassing action against the society in any action the society may deem necessary against you? Do you promise to meet all your obligations to the society and serve her selflessly to the best of your ability? With this, you are hereby inducted as graduate member of Nigerian Society of Engineers. You have signed this oath attached to your form, that is your application. So I read this out publicly today for everyone here to be a witness. You will understand at the beginning, I instructed you to please listen attentively and appropriately. I believe you have done that. So I hereby congratulate you all for being a graduate member of this noble society. I wish you success in all your endeavor. Thank you so much. You can turn around and face the top table so that the way we do it now, because of the pandemic, it might not be handshake, but the way we do it, sir. Please, I want you all to kindly welcome all of them. Yes.
Please, let's appreciate them. While the DVC is also giving them a warm handshake or a warm knuckle. They are being welcomed to the engineering profession today, 18th September, as graduate members of the profession. I congratulate them and I say congratulations.
Let's give them certificate now. Maybe every one of them here now. I can cite the chairman, Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, Engineer M.O. Olarioye. You are welcome. Thank you. You can please come forth to present this certificate to your member. Do I have here Ibrahim Ayola Adebisi? Are you here? Okay. Sir.
While the HOD is coming, I want to recognize the presence of the head of department, Electrical Electronics Engineering, Engineer Dr. Muhyiddin Olalekan. Thank you to the ITU. To the ITU.
All protocol duly observed. On behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, ably led by my chairman, the chairman of the chairman, Engineer Emmanuel Wale Alunge, I, Engineer Matthew Oluwafemi Olarinoye, the state chairman and Institute of Civil Engineers, hereby present this certificate of graduate members to you.
Congratulations. The next is Timileyin Theophilus Fatubarin. Are you here? Okay. Civil National.
Okay. I'm very happy to welcome you to the noble profession, to be one of the nice. When I say nice, I know people will understand that when you are an Institute of Civil Engineers, you are nice, and you continue to be nice. Try to be nice to your source and wherever you are in the profession. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. You can have your seat. Please face the audience. Sure.
Engineer Dr. Muhyiddin Olalekan Lawal, you can step up to come and present
All right.
certificate to honor.
Sefiu Olawale Sulaimanu. Are you here? Okay.
On behalf of the Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, I hereby present this certificate to you. Congratulations.
Mohammed Kasali. Muhammad, okay.
On behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I hereby present this certificate.
Yejide Anyolade.
On behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I hereby present this.
Ahmad Okoyemi Abkarim. Ahmad Okoyemi Abkarim.
On behalf of Nigerian Society of Engineers, I hereby present this certificate to you. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maheshodi. Engineer Dr. Oladiji, please step forward to present certificate to the to the mechanical inductees. Abosede Florence Kolawole.
What a privilege for Nigerian Society of Engineers. I present this certificate to you to the glory of God and service to humanity. Congratulations.
Olawale Stephen Ndowu.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. You can come up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Because of our time, we will not be able to present all the certificates. You can see Engineer Dr. Sheun Oyilami for the remaining certificates. While we move on with the award presentation, because of our time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Please go to your seat after the program. See the person announced earlier for your certificate. Because of our time, once again, I want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you for being with us always. Vice Chancellor, sir, you will be the one to present this
in appreciation of the job well done by the guest lecturer today, the person of Engineer Olumide Aino. Please rise as the VC presents this to you.
Well, I was going to ask for another chance to speak, but since you decided to offer it to me, I want to say a very big thank you. Olumide, I've never met you, but I'm so proud of you, such that I want to get very close to you, or you get close to me, whichever way. I have seen a young man who is a thinker. Unlike what we have going on in our country at the moment, rather than thinking, what we do is knee-jacking. He made a profound statement about the crisis going on in Nigeria. He traced it to what sincere people know is the cause: climate change, drying up of Lake Chad, leading to all this crisis. Now we're fighting ourselves in Nigeria. We're instigating religion. We're instigating ethnicity. It's dividing us the more. It's creating more crisis. Thank you very much for being a thinker. Secondly, I have seen a young man who is courageous and daring the odds. I have seen a young man who made another profound comment, that your first class adds to nothing. It's about what you make use of, the first class. And I want to add this: first class in the classroom does not make you first class in life. What you become in life does not depend on your certificate. But you can change your certificate and make your certificate very useful by what you do after school. And so, Olumide, I want to congratulate you. I want to wish you well, and I want to say that you're going to go places if you keep this up. So on behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Osogbo branch, this award of recognition is presented to you today, 18th of September 2021, as guest lecturer at the 5th induction ceremony of the 2020-2021 engineering graduates of Osun State University. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Now, as part of the mission and vision of Nigerian Society of Engineers, we do things to encourage those who have excelled one way or the other in the field of engineering. And this afternoon, we will be appreciating those who have excelled or distinguished themselves one way or the other academically in the course of pursuing their degree. This afternoon, I will be calling on Anyolade Yejide, who happen to be the best in electrical. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. All right. The DVC, sir, you are to present this.
Please, let's appreciate the lady once again. Please, let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate her. She has done wonderfully well.
Very good afternoon to you all. I have the privilege and honor to present this plaque to one of our best graduates from the Faculty of Engineering. And most importantly, she happens to be the overall best student in the Faculty of Engineering. On behalf of Nigeria Society of Engineers, I present 2021 Best Graduate Students to Akinlade Yejide of the Electrical and Electronic Engineering Department of the State University. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. For the best in another department, that is in civil engineering, I want to call on Adebisi Ibrahim Ayola. My dean, sir, to be accompanied by the chairman, civil engineer. The dean will present this. The HOD, you should please celebrate your own.
Please let's appreciate the boy.
So,
While the parents can be getting ready to stand up to come and get a good photograph with their son. He has made you proud. Over to you.
On behalf of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Osogbo branch, I hereby present this platform to you, Adebisi Ibrahim Ayola, for your exceptional performance in your first degree civil engineering. Thank you very much.
Parents, please come over to come and take a good photograph. Parents,
no, sir, the parents are coming.
Of the best student, civil engineering. Adebisi Ibrahim Ayola happens to be the best student in civil engineering department, Osun State University,
Thank you, sir.
Faculty of Engineering, Civil Engineering Department.
For the best student or best graduating student in management, I want to call on Kolawole Abosede Florence. Please stand there. Is the HOD here? Stand by your product. The Apoyan chairman in Osogbo, because seeing this, when I saw the list of the best graduating students, I got intimidated. You will realize this is the second female I will call out of 3 departments. So I want to call on the Apoyan chairman to come around and present this, at least to celebrate the women.
All applicants should follow their chapter chairman to come and congratulate the best students in mechanical engineering.
Thank you, my chairman. Standing on the... Okay.
She's also from mechanical.
Please, let's appreciate her.
In fact, we thank God for this award. And believe you me, our campaign, our clamor for more girls in engineering profession is really yielding results. You know, sometimes we went to a school for Operation Girls Do STEM, and the woman, the principal, came to me and said, look, this thing you are doing for girls, why girls, why girls? We should just, okay, it was the VC. We came on a courtesy visit to your office, sir. And you said, these girls, it's always girls. And we are seeing results. And that is because we are not campaigning for boys, more boys in science. That is why we see many boys doing Yahoo and the rest. And girls, they just concentrate on their studies. So this is one of the results. And we are even happy today to be here. So on behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, on behalf of my chairman, you know, APWEN is a unique association. All NNC members cannot be a member of APWEN, but APWEN can be NNC member. So we are a unique division. The Nigerian Society of Engineers Osogbo branch. I'm happy to present you the award, Best Graduating Student Award, to you, Kolawole Abosede Florence. Congratulations. My chairman, please. Yes, do the presentation.
Please, you can spread out for the good photograph. I want it to be in a perfect look. Spread out, allow the Vice Chancellor to come in for the photograph, while I want it to go into archive of the department.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well, for the overall best, I want to call on Ayonade Yejide to comfort again for this presentation. I told you earlier, I was a bit intimidated when I saw the list, move to the middle, that women are about to hijack the system. Well, I decided to come down a bit because she belonged to the first and the foremost division of engineering. Let there be light, and there was light. That was the first engineering. Let there be light. Before then, you will understand the whole earth has no form. And when there was light, what do you see? So I'm so happy to identify with her. She is from the best division, that is electrical. And for 17 good time, for 18 good time, that division had scored the best in group dynamics in our national contest. So tell me, which other division had scored such best in every year? This year again is loading. By December, you will see electrical coming up as the first division in the group dynamic result. So I'm so happy because I'm an electrical man. She's an electrical woman. So congratulations. The VC again will present this. The DVC will join him. The Dean will join him. And all the HODs. Because this is your product that we can take pride in. APWEN chairman will also join because she's a woman. For someone to be an overall best in Faculty of Engineering, if she had belonged to other departments, she would do far excellently, because everybody knows. When you tell them at secondary school, do you want to study engineering, they want to get scared of mathematics. That is number one thing. But here is a woman this day. I'm proud of her. So,
please,
I wish you success.
Parents can also come over.
If the parents are around, or the guardian, you should come around.
after the presentation to take photograph with her. Sir.
Well, to all the comments you made, no comments. No comments. But the important thing is that Tom Weni Badara, Monikawi, Kinshebi Kafishe, Aya. Yejide, we're proud of you, and I'm sure wherever your parents are, they are also very proud of you. This university is proud of you, not because you are an electrician. I call them electricians. They call themselves electrical engineers. I call them electricians. Mechanical engineer is a mechanic. But it's because you are a great girl, a brilliant girl, a wonderful girl that will go places. And so, not just on behalf of engineers, on behalf of this university too, on behalf of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Osogbo branch, you are being recognized for your feat, your excellence, your being a great student, something to be proud of, somebody to be proud of. And so this is given to you in recognition of that purpose. You will go places.
Parents should draw nearer for group photograph. Parents or guardian.
Thank you. Okay, you are here alone. So you are very courageous. I thank you, sir. Let's file out and take the picture with her. HODs, please. The guest lecturer can join the queue too. You should be happy that the electrical is swearing. Thank you. You will realize I remove my mask. It's what to identify with that wonderful lady. I want the people or the whole world to see me identifying with her. The dean will come forth now with a brief goodwill. And I want to remind you, sir, that which you have whispered to me, I won't say it myself, you should tell everybody here and those on call to hear about this. Because many times you wouldn't know you have been noticed, but the dean will say something now. Once again, I want to appreciate everyone. My ESCO are here fully. Thank you for being here, for supporting me always. Thank you, the one that is representing the header of the branch, Engineer Sebilom Idsheyemi. Thank you for your support always. May God bless you all. The dean, sir.
Please let's appreciate the Dean of Faculty of Engineering of this noble institution, Engineer Dr. Simeon Olawale.
Thank you, my chairman, my Vice Chancellor, sir, my DVC, everyone. You know, the first time I met you in Nigerian Mathematics 200 level, the first lecture, what did I tell you? I said you are going places. You're going to be the best student. The first contact I had with her, I can identify her potential, and I can see her to be the best engineering graduate just whenever I was graduating. And whenever she came to me for problem solving, she would take me on. She would engage me. She would even tell me, oh, sir, I think we can do it this way. And I say, I appreciate you. Thank you for keeping it up. God bless you.
Please let's appreciate the lady once again. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. While we want to move to the vote of thanks, I want to share the vote of thanks personally in just a moment. I want to appreciate parents, guardians for their presence, both physical and virtual. I also want to appreciate the committee members, starting from the alternate chairman, Engineer Dr. Sheono Ilami. We appreciate you for the efforts put in place to making sure today's come to a successful ceremony. I also want to appreciate the General Secretary of this noble branch, Engineer Adesoji Oluwafemi Adebola. Thank you for your support. Engineer Oluwole Ayodeji Olawi. Thank you for your support as well. Engineer Ayodeji Bukola Odoyemi, who happens to be the treasurer of the noble profession. Engineer Ayodele Emmanuel Oyedele, the Assistant General Secretary. Thank you for your support. Engineer Biola Saliu Bashir, also a member of that committee. Thank you for your support. Happens to be the Financial Secretary. Engineer Simeon Adesina Olushola, thank you for your support. The Publicity Secretary. Engineer Oluwafemi Timothy Balogo is the Secretary of this Induction Committee. Thank you also for your support, for releasing the necessary information for us to process the certificate on time. I really want to appreciate you specially. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor for giving us time, not to rush us, to complete on time. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, we thank you, sir, for that beautiful time given to us. Also the management, the HPs, the deans, the chapter chairman, we thank you. And we want to thank all the inductees, both virtual and physical. We thank the staffs of Faculty of Engineering, Osun State University. Thanks, thanks, thanks. On this note, I want to call on the PRO of this institution to come over to put the program to a close. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we please rise for the anthems?
We must have
Please let us settle down to allow the people on the high table leave the auditorium first. There is an opportunity for group photograph outside, but please let us settle down to respect the people on the high table as they leave first. They are going to be the first group to take the group photograph outside, then followed by the inductees. Thank you very much.
If you wish to take the group photograph with the management, so you can file out to follow them for a group photograph. Inductees, good photograph with the management and the ESCO of Nigerian Society of Engineers. Congratulations, congratulations.
Yes, I want to be in the number, and when the sun begins to shine, and when we meet in Rosary, oh, when we meet in Rosary, yes, I want to be in the number, when we meet in Rosary. It's good to give and to receive. And when you give, you are sharing. Yes, I want to be in the number. It's good to give and to receive. It's good to serve humanity. It's good to serve in Rotary. Yes, I want to be in the number. It's good to serve humanity.